Welcome to Straight Grown Talk. Today, October the 6th, 2019, we are hosting this special show in the name of Level Up 2019 Wealth Conference that's going to happen on October 12th, 2019. Today, our studios is filled with our wealth team. You're going to meet momentarily our team players. They're going to introduce themselves, tell a little bit about themselves. They're going to tell a little bit of nuggets. Not everything that's going to happen next Saturday, so you're going to have to come out and see the event for next Saturday. But we're going to share and express and have some fun today with everybody. We're even going to have one of our team members to call in, waiting for her to call in. We want to just share everything possible for us knowledge with our community and the world. But before we get into that, let's talk about a couple of things that's on our table. First, I want to thank Miss Bianca Brown. She is a part of the Level Up team, but she had an amazing event last night. It was behind the scenes award. It was phenomenal. Congratulations to all the people that won awards yesterday evening. I look forward to next year's event. I just want to do a shout out. She's not going to be with us today, but she does send her blessing. You will find more about her next week. I also want to take a moment of time to look at our flyers that's behind us. We have some special things that are coming, some people that have events that are coming up in the near future, so please make sure that you view their events and once you go out, enjoy the community, do different things. Atlanta always have things that is popping, and every weekend there's something to do. So take the time, take a moment, educate, learn, motivate, level up. Get your mindset in a different place. We don't need to follow the same boring routines. Just go out and support. All of us should be supporting. I want to say thank you for all the sponsors that has blessed Level Up. You will be very much announced next week, and I'm very grateful for all the hard work that you have supported us and some over the years. When we come back, we're going to meet our Level Up team, but for now, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with you.
Are you ready to join Straight Grown Talk October 12th, 2019 on a journey to change your mindset, your finance, your wealth, your communication skills, and your social media brand? Come join us at the Level Up 2019 Wealth Conference. For more ticket information, please call 404-974-9973 or visit our website, straightgt.com.
Hi everyone, we are back in the studios, and as you can see, we have our Level Up team this afternoon. So we're going to take a moment and we're going to start introducing. So the first person I'm going to introduce is a friend of 20 years, and he has been, I say, the best friend that I could possibly ever ask. My co-host, Jay Moore.
How everybody doing out there in TV world? Glad to meet everybody. Like she said, we have been friends for 20 years. I'm going to give her $10 for that intro later on. But just want to say thank you to everybody for coming in to Straight Grown Talk. Tell you a brief nugget real quick. You have to stay tuned to the end of the show. We have a very, 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 very special announcement that you're going to want to tune in to hear, but you won't hear it to the end of the show. Kelly, baby, you.
All right. And now we're going to talk to our Level Up team. So as I told you, this was my co-host, Jay Moore, and he is going to be the host assisting me next weekend. So that's why we're here together today, to kind of add some life to this, and we're going to have some fun in our studio. So I want everybody to introduce themselves. We're going to start this way first. Miss Georgia.
Oh, hi everyone. My name is Georgia Lawrence, and I'm an attorney here, an author, and also a speaker. I have been doing various things in the community. For one, I'm a part of the Matthew 25 ministry, and I also volunteer with GAIN, which is a local organization here that volunteers and help immigrants in the community to get various things done. So I'm excited to be a part of the Level Up team and to offer whatever insights I can to help young people level up.
And you know what? I'm going to say this one more last time. Because
Yes.
you forget my baby every time.
And I'm also a new mom.
Yes. She was on. She actually ended the first series of Straight Grown Talk, and she was our guest on that show. And she had just had my little nugget, which is in the studio today. And also when I asked her to explain herself, then of course she forgot to mention that she was a new mom, and she just did it again. So come on, new mom, we got to do better, all right? So next we have the wonderful now this person is phenomenal. I have to admit, I've known him for a short period of time. I've only known him for about a year and a half. But he does amazing things, and we had a brief conversation, and I love everything that you're doing. I even love the things that you're doing with your kids and family. You have been all over the world meeting millionaires, eating with them side by side, spreading your knowledge, wealth, and information. You are actually going to be the keynote speaker of the event. So I want them to definitely know about you.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I just got off the plane, so I'm kind of every which way as far as what hour it is. But I'm Sean J. Harris. I'm the CEO of Thousandfold Capital, and we also own 7 different corporations. I'm a 27-time author. I come from a family of entrepreneurs. So generational wealth is my mantra. I'm actually 3rd-generation wealth builder. My family, my great aunt and uncle, actually owned one of the first African-American owned hotels here in Atlanta, Georgia. Both my parents actually owned companies of their own as well. We own 7 corporations, and I also have a 9-year-old and 10-year-old who both have their own individual companies with a valuation of 6 figures. So I'm ready to share this weekend.
Amazing.
Wow.
And your kids are in the studio with us. I would like for your son just to come on just briefly and say hello. So you mind coming over, sweetie, and say hello?
Hello, my name is Kaden. I'm 9 years old and I'm the CEO of Daddy Did You Know? My business will solve the problem to financial literacy through my activity books, flashcards, courses, and other financial products. To learn more, please visit me at my website, daddydidyouknow.com.
All right, yes. Now
That's what I'm talking about.
coming soon, you have 2 Mugus that you are raising. Coming soon, we are going to have a show for young entrepreneurs. Can you please tell us a little bit about your daughter, because she does something phenomenal too.
Yes.
And I want you to share her story just a tad bit.
Got
I
it.
know we're definitely doing Level Up today, but I want you to express what you are doing.
Yes, my daughter Kennedy, her last name ends with the letter I, Kennedy with the letter I. She was actually kidnapped from her school system a couple of years ago by a defects worker, and they were looking for a Kennedy ending with the last name Y. They had the same last names, different birthdays. So long story short, they took my daughter. She was missing for like 3.5 hours, and once she came back, after those 3.5 hours, you can imagine I was elated. But as a coping mechanism, one thing she wanted to do was to be able to start her own business. So she started a safety locket business that had the child's name, identifying factors, what school they went to, the parents' information, and that ultimately segued over into her comfort area, which is baby dolls. And she wanted a baby doll that looked like her. So she has her own signature collection of African-American baby dolls, and it's called Sugar Babies by K-Lock, and that's found at klock.com.
Okay. Now, our next guest, I haven't quite known her for a while, but let me explain the story about this, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself when I'm done. I met her through Facebook, and for some reason, and this is kind of odd. I actually didn't meet her through Facebook, but I actually met her at Office Depot. I love Office Depot, and if anybody know me and I think my girlfriend know, I love Office Depot to the point where I'm in it almost every day. I find a reason to go into Office Depot because I love that's like my woosah moment. So whenever I'm stressed, I will go in a Office Depot or Office Mac and just walk the aisles. And when I come out, I'm relieved. But she was in there, and she was preparing some things for her brand. And I couldn't remember her name, and I was just so frustrated because I'm notorious for writing stuff down. And when I got home, I was going to call, and then, you know, life happened, and it never happened. So I was praying, and in my prayer time, I was like, look, I really need someone that has, in God's eye, a warm spirit that would do very just for my event. And the moment after I prayed, her name popped up into my Facebook feed, and it was just instant. I said, oh, that's her. And I reached out to her, and I'm very, very glad that you are a part of the team. But for no further doubt, I do want you to introduce yourself.
Yes. I am so super excited to be here. My name is LaToya Cherie. I am the co-founder of Joy International Ministries, an online ministry where we teach the Word of God through the Bible principles, which going back to the basics of Yeshua. And I have 18 years of entrepreneurial experience, which is absolutely amazing, coaching and branding. And my background is in hospitality, which just a little bit, but a lot of people don't understand that the meaning of hospitality in the Greek is the love of strangers. So it's not just an industry, it's literally a way of life. It's a lifestyle. And with that, I'm also a #1 best-selling author of Creating a Ripple.
That's right.
Thank you 3 times. So this is the 3rd year, and this month we are relaunching our book, and also we have an audio book on the way as well. So God is doing some amazing things, and I am so pleased and honored that God allowed you to find me, because He knows everything that we need before we know we need Him. So I appreciate you bringing me on and making me a part of the team. Thank you.
And last but not least, to my right is the one and only, and I've also known her for some years. I think we have been friends probably for about 15, 16 years. So we've been friends forever. We've done life. We've done a whole lot of things. Cried, graduations, you name it, we've done it. But her name is Kimberly Daly. The one and only. She is a very powerful young person that I admire the most. When I say she's going places, she is. And I will let her introduce herself as well.
Okay, well, happy Sunday, everybody. Like Ms. Laquelle said, I am Kimberly Daly. I am the broker owner of Daly and Associates. I don't know if you can see it, but right here.
We see it.
We are a full-service real estate and financial literacy firm in Snellville, Georgia. My passion for helping people extends far beyond the real estate. I have a legal background. I graduated from law school at 23. And I'm from New York, of course. Anybody out there from New York? Oh, crickets? Well, anyway, and but I'm glad to be here in Atlanta. And yes, Laquelle and I have been through some wonderful things, inspirational and motivational things. And what I do for the community is that not only do I sell houses, we already know what real estate people do, but I educate. When you work with me, you're going to know the system inside and out, the backside of it, so that you can be equipped to represent yourself on certain levels of just being knowledgeable. And they say like knowledge is power, but that is not true. It's the implementation.
Yes.
I can tell you everything, but if you don't implement what I'm telling you, it's not going to go good for you. So that's what I do. Like I said, we have a full-service real estate firm in Atlanta, actually in Snellville. And we also have a presence in Augusta, Georgia, by way of one of my other agents who was powerful as well. Miss Cummings, if you're out there, I gave you a shout-out. But I'm very, very, very pleased to be on the panel, being a part of this workshop of wealth building, and I'm just overly excited. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
We're glad you're here.
Yes.
I know you are.
You know I am.
So let me tell you the history between these two. They are considered my ride or dies. They have been around since the first event. So this is event number 3. Well, actually, no, it's event number 4. I did 3 years of I'm Grown Now What, and then this year we decided that we wanted to do more than I'm Grown Now What. It was based upon the book that was written in 2017. And I felt like I taught you for 3 years on how to become an adult, how to deal with your finances, and all the wonderful things of life when you're first taking your steps into adulthood and financial literacy. So that was for all of my young adults, ages 17 and up. But then I got the phone calls of, well, what about us? You forgot all about the ones that are over 30. Well, no, I didn't. So in effort to make everyone happy, I decided to rename it. And it's now Level Up, hosted by Straight Grown Talk. Now, the difference between that event and this one is I'm not teaching you how to become an adult, how to start your finances, how to deal with your credit. I'm not teaching you any of that this time. I'm teaching you the next step of financial literacy and wealth, because at the end of the day, it's all about what we're leaving for the next generation. So this is what this event is about. It's about telling you about the communication. So I talk about the 5 principles: communication, mindset. It is essential for you to have your mindset. If you do not have your mindset right, none of this that we're saying is going to ever matter to you at all. So you got to first change your mindset, because that's the number 1 rule. Unfortunately, our other guest that is going to talk about that, she wasn't able to be here, but hopefully we're hoping that she will call in. And Miss Wanda D will definitely deal with your mindset. I can't wait. As you can see, Mr. Sean is behind you. Would you see that's on the ticker behind you? And he's going to talk about wealth. He's going to tell you all of the wealth. And as you can see, here's the flyer with everybody on the poster that will be there. Can't wait to see you. We're going to have Miss Elise. She's going to talk about financial and communication as a mix. We're going to have Miss Georgia. She's going to talk about all the good legal stuff in between that we need to know. So please understand, when you start making certain moves, you need to have all your components together. And that means even in the legal aspect of getting your documentation in order, getting your presence in order. So she's definitely going to assist with moving in that realm, and she's going to go more into detail about that at the event. But she is going to drop some knowledge and nuggets, and this is to help everyone. And then we're going to have, before the event start, we're going to open our event up with prayer. So if you're not about giving thanks to God, this event is not for you, because I'm one of those persons that do believe in giving thanks to God first, because without him, none of this will be possible for me and anyone else that's sitting on this panel. So one, I have to give thanks for him. So let's start this off with everybody going a little bit more detail about their own everyday life. So I'm going to let someone in our panel just start off wherever they want to start.
Well, I'm going to start off with everybody.
There you go.
Okay, I'm going to start off a little bit something. Let me address something real quick for everyone that's listening in. This level up that we're doing, I know everyone just saw the price of $25. I spend $25 going to the movie getting popcorn, and
Yes.
I don't get anything out of it. This $25, I can guarantee you, it probably will be the best little money you spent in your entire life. I can guarantee you. Because remember, I still got a little nugget at the end of the show that I got to tell you about. But one thing that I want to let everyone know, that I'm kind of low key when it comes to my profession, but I am an entrepreneur as well. And at our last event, I was in the automotive industry for 26 years. And after we did that event, we had 5 people leave that event and bought 5 cars at the dealership where I worked at because of the information that they got. They got approved and left with a new car. So
and actually, you worked late and wanted to choke me for that too.
Exactly.
Because they actually left the event and went straight to his job. So that's how much information that he gave. They was like, oh, we ready to do this today. So his boss was actually elated that you had people that came from the event that wanted to actually buy. But of course, working to 12 midnight, your wife and you wanted to kill me that day.
That's over with. We're not doing that anymore. So that brings me to the segue of this. that as of March 15th, that was my last day in the automotive industry. I started focusing 100% on my business that I've been working on for 5 years, which we're going to give you that little nugget later on. But the key thing that I want everybody that's listening to this today is one key word that you all been hearing from every individual that's here today. Do you all know what that one word is?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I know you know. But it's entrepreneur. Everybody that you're looking at in this room is an entrepreneur. That means that we have developed something to work for ourselves. And at this event that's coming up, you don't want to miss it, because we're going to show you some real things on being an entrepreneur. Not working for someone else, but building your own career, building your own establishment, building your own wealth, but networking with the right people with the right mindset to get you where you need to go. I am so glad to be part of this panel. I am so glad to be with my girl to my right over here. Like you said, we've been best friends for 20 years, and I am proud to be able to be one of the individuals to look back at this show and know where it all started from at the beginnings. I'm good.
I'd like to make a point here, kind of piggyback off what Mr. Morris is saying. One of the key things is to understand what an investment is. An investment is when you place money, energy, or effort into something and expect a return on investment. And one of the key things we have to understand is, what is a ROI? What is a return on investment? Now, there's a difference between spending and investing. I have what's called boomerang money and frisbee money. So imagine as a frisbee when you were a kid. When you throw a frisbee, ideally, if no one catches that frisbee, it lands on the ground and it sits there. Equate that to money that you spend. It goes out, never comes back. Ideally, with a boomerang, when you throw it, it's supposed to return to the sender, just like your income should return back. So when it comes back, it should come back in equal or greater return. Ideally, you want it to come back in greater return. So one of the key things that we have to understand as being an entrepreneur is that it's big boy and it's big girl league. It's not for play.
Yes.
So you have to understand the rules to the game. It's just like any other sport. If Brother Moore, if I told you to take a button hook to the right and he went to the left, well, the ball was already in the air. If he turned around, he wasn't going to catch the ball. So, again, if you don't understand the rules to the game, you can never win that game because you can't score. So, at the Level Up Conference next weekend, we're going to be unleashing powerful information as it relates to being able to scale your business, grow a business, or, in fact, just create an additional stream of income. So, you definitely want to be there, and most importantly, invest in yourself.
Always.
I like
always,
him.
Always.
I like him.
Yes.
Yeah, this is gonna be a change.
Of course.
You know
of
it
course.
is, right?
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to be there. Why we just can go fast time forward or do something?
No, we got to go through the process.
Gotta go through the process?
Yes, we got to go through the process.
All right.
Ms. Kimberly, I do want you to talk about some nuggets on your end. You normally is the one that actually bring the wealth power to us. We're going to shift that just a little bit over to Mr. Sean this year. But you have some nuggets I still love. You have a lot of them. We talk about it every day. So I want you to share some knowledge with our audience.
Well, I'm kind of okay sharing that platform, Mr. Sean. 'Cause, it's okay, as long as he's given what he's given, as long as they learn and take it and move with it, I'm okay. Generally speaking, when I speak, we talk about legacy. That's my biggest nugget.
Yes.
When people look at me, they know I talk about the legacy. And most people don't know what legacy is until you really listen to them. They think they have an idea, but that's not what it is. And when I speak, we share definitions, like you were saying before, that you have to know what legacy is and then how you can create that for the next generation. Most people who haven't really received that, they don't understand that. And there are different types of levels of legacy building, and I take it down from just the bottom of the foundation, then I'll let Sean just take it up from there. I set the foundation, because with the foundation, that's the strength. Because if your foundation is sketchy or broken or have cracks, you can't hold what Sean is going to share. That's going to crumble. So my job is to set the foundation and let the rest of the panel take it from there. And you'll see, I'll share a concept and a strategy with you that it's very rare, only like maybe 5 or maybe 1%, if I can be generous, understand that. And I love that. You know, sharing that, especially with our community, is big. We overlook this one point, and people don't understand why this one point, which we're going to learn then, is what's going to set your foundation. When you have that, then you're going to be able to do things like invest. And talking about investing, people don't know what to invest in.
Yeah.
And they don't understand that you are the commodity.
Say it again.
Company
Say that one more time. I didn't hear that
you.
last word. Say that again.
You are the commodity.
There you go.
You just don't know it. The world would not work without that nugget I'm going to tell you and yourself. And it's very simple. And I'm going to talk in simple terms because we do a lot of mentoring, motivational speaking, because I bring common sense principles to everyday lifestyle. And that's why people work with me or align themselves with me, because as many degrees as you can have, but if you can't converse on a level that is universal to even the most simplest form, people are not going to listen to you.
That's right.
So level up and listen up. Yes, that's what it's going to be.
Denzel Washington said he's going to explain it to him like a 2-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
So you will
You know.
understand.
That's a good thing. That's
I
a good
appreciate
thing.
that.
But did you see how she assisted that Scottie Pippen moves to Michael Jordan?
Yes,
I like
I
that
did.
lady.
Well, I
was
gotta do
good.
that.
You saw
Teamwork.
She said,
Teamwork
I'm going to
makes the
flip
dream
it back over
work.
to Michael Jordan. I like that. Yeah. We didn't even plan that. That was cool. I like that.
It's funny.
Now, Kimberly, for years you have assisted the community in many different things. I know that you only talked about your real estate move, but for years you also did it in the insurance realm.
Yeah.
Give
I
them
did.
briefly of why you started that realm and you closed that chapter to move in your heart and passion.
Just nuggets now. Don't give it all to them. We just give them little
I
nuggets
gotta
now.
kind of like condense
Yeah,
it.
just condense down to some nuggets.
So, like I shared earlier, that my background is law, and coming from New York, I work with housing, I work with HUD, and I did a lot of discrimination, litigation stuff against HUD. I mean, working with HUD, against realtors. Ooh, I'm sorry, guys. Against mortgage companies and insurance companies for redlining. And that was big, especially if it was large and prevalent coming from New York, Long Island. From there, I transitioned and relocated here and was going to get back into that movement, doing consumer advocacy work. I did legal services work for the indigent, working in consumer fraud cases, and that was really good too. But then I found my passion was fair housing. And fair housing is just that, fair housing for all. Discrimination is huge, not what you just see on social media. Behind the scenes, there's a lot of things going on in the banking industry, in the insurance industry, even in the workplace, that if you pay attention, you'll be able to identify it. So from there, I had someone throw something at me saying, you should do real estate because you know fair housing and you can equip people with learning their rights, with obtaining the American dream. That's another conversation later. Okay. So I did that, and I was very successful with that, to the point where you can get very successful and comfortable. And then, what was it? 2008, my dad said to me, I want you to get into finance. And I said, why? And more specifically, he wanted me to get into insurance. I didn't want to do insurance, but his insurance representatives were like, yo, your daughter will be great because she knows everybody and she can hold the attention of people based on her, what I do. And I said, I don't want to do that because in insurance, you have to teach people their value and beg them to love themselves.
To purchase.
Beyond themselves. So I said, I don't want to beg people to love themselves. That's not my business. I am good here. And he said, you're good there, but what else are you good at? You're good at making money, but you don't know where to put it. I was like, I don't? No, you don't. That's what you're going to do. So in 2010, my dad passed away. And when he passed away, I still didn't do what he said. In 2012, my mom came to me and said, "You're not listening. Your dad wants you." I was like, "He's gone. He's not. You're not going to be complete until you know that, because you know the law and you know housing, but you need to focus on finance. And outside of religious, that's the Trinity. No one wants to be homeless ever, but people need to be able to maintain their status with their finances so they can move along and then know their rights so they can follow through. You know what I mean? And that's where I landed in insurance. And I did work with a company. I don't broadcast the company because I'm no longer with them, but they were a really good company that was in existence from 1845. Strong mutual company. And with that, I was with them 8 years. But I was a sponge.
And then she decided she had to follow her passion.
And I left. I'm free. I was off the plantation.
Yes, she was off the plantation, as she
I
said.
was a runaway slave.
And you all will get the remainder of that story at the event.
And but during my time there, during my tenure there, I was a crusader for the community. Like, I was the ambassador of the African American market for that company in the region of Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, and it was huge. And Kelly will tell you, Laquel will tell you that I did not stop. It was to the point where nobody wanted to take my calls.
Yeah, we would see Kim Carr
It was
like,
killing.
pass.
Here she I wasn't invited to any of the cookouts anymore because they thought I was going to screw out things. And I said, I just want a salad. I'm not going to mention, I promise. Because at that moment, you know, it gets like,
Yes.
I'll tell you later. But that, I'm telling you, it set the tone for who I am right now. And I was able and confident to leave and then open up my own firm. And that's where I can really make my decisions and not be inhibited.
All right, so now we're going to piggyback to Miss Georgia Lawrence. She's also in the law field, and I want you to tell the world what you do. You do a couple of phenomenal things.
Yes, well, currently I do litigation, and one of the area that I focus on is civil litigation, where I do collection. And one of the things that I notice is that a lot of people, they have a problem with spending because we get lawsuits every day. And one of the things that I see is that I speak to some of these consumers, and it's really just bad spending habit, where we have a lot of people, especially in the black community, who get themselves into situations that could have been avoided in the first place. So that's something that I'll definitely be speaking on at the conference. And then on the legal side, now when we talk about different businesses, like I moved from Florida to Atlanta, and one of the things that I realized is that you have a lot of people here who claim to be business owners, and really they're only hustlers, where you may see them selling one purse, but they don't understand how to open a store and sell a whole store with purse. Correct. You see them, they're selling one book, but they don't have, like, their presence isn't online. So I'll talk about like different types of businesses, when it's best to open business, and what are some of the things that we should do to ensure that we're covering our legal basis.
That's good. That's good. And that's something that we do need to know. Now, we have a special caller on the line. Miss Wanda, is she available yet? Huh? She's not. Okay, so we're going to go.
Yeah, Wanda's coming soon right now.
Yeah,
she just
she
keeps
is.
preparing
Yeah,
herself.
she's
You know,
preparing.
she don't realize she's not on TV, but she's preparing her face and all that stuff. But she'll realize it once she talks.
I
We'll
got
give her a few more
you.
minutes.
I got you.
No problem.
But next we're going to talk to the one and only Miss Reed over there, and she's going to tell us more about what she does and the nugget that she will be dropping at the event as well.
Well, my nugget's prayer. That's what the nugget is. That's the nugget of our life. That's the golden key, the principles that we should always have implemented in every area of our life. If you, just like you said earlier, if we don't have prayer, then there is nothing to stand on. There's no foundation at all, and everything will crumble through. So what I do day to day in the life of Latoya Cherie, waking up honoring God. I in the ministry, I teach how to spend time in Eden. And what that is the spiritual hours of the day is between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. And so in that time frame, I want to make sure that people are there hitting it in those hours of, Lord, I need to hear from you, not, Lord, you need to hear from me. So when we get to that point in time and we're isolating ourselves and getting well versed in where we need to be with God, we can hear him as we center ourselves to be able to be in a position to hear. So spending time in Eden is very important in the morning time, and then flowing through your day. Let me go back. During that time, God will give you what you need to do for that day. We think about writing to-do lists and what do I need to do today? If you just hone in and just ask God or just sit still, he will remind you, the Holy Spirit will remind you of every single thing that you need to get done for that day. And then you can begin to write and do those things. I had a little story. I was in prayer at that 3 o'clock hour, and the Lord had put a color on my heart, and I was supposed to pray for someone with this color on. I walk generally daily, not weekly, but daily, about 8 to 10 miles a day. This could be outside, no matter what it is, throughout the day. If I showed you my Fitbit, you'd be like, you are crazy. I don't know what you're doing. But this is every single day, at least about 10 miles a day. So throughout that mile that I was walking, and I say this is my second Eden time, which is outside. And so just honoring God in the moment, walking, I'm looking for people with that color on. It was a turquoise or an aqua color. And I didn't find that person, and I'm like, okay, well, they don't need prayer. Clearly, they don't need prayer. And I'm just looking for that color. And I'm getting to the end of my stride or my walk on my way home, and I see this young lady that's rolling a carriage, a stroller. And she was frustrated. I can feel her presence, and it was just so overwhelmingly sad. And I asked the Lord at that moment, is this the one? And she migrated, or she just literally turned toward me. I walked toward her and just began to speak and asking the Holy Spirit if she was the one that I was supposed to be wanting to pray for. So I got up to her and I just asked her, how could I serve her? As soon as I asked her that question, she cried out and she said, I've been looking for someone. God gave me a color, or she didn't say God gave her a color. She said that I had a dream of a color, and I had on that color and she had on my color, and she was supposed to meet me that day. And so I knew at that moment there was confirmation that I was supposed to pray for her. And when I prayed for her, it literally opened up what she needed to have from God. And I didn't know her from anyone. God just positioned me. So I said all that to say, spending time with our Lord in the morning time as early as possible. And that Eden time is early because he wants your undivided attention. This is before you have to get ready for work. This is before the baby starts crying. This is before you have to fix food and breakfast for your children or your spouse. You have to be able to put him first. And when you do that, he will begin to open up the floodgates of heaven for you. You'll begin to get the strategies for wealth in your Eden time, because he's going to say, hey, come to this event. He's going to tell you and position you in this ways if you're open to receive from him. So that's one of the biggest nuggets that I can give you. Just spend time with the Lord and make it important, make it intentional, implement these strategies and principles in the kingdom, because you think that we'll get the outside first. That's not true. We're getting the inside of our spiritual development first, and then it will show and manifest on the outside. And I love doing that. So that's one of the biggest nuggets that I can give and provide for you now, and hopefully or prayerfully I'll be able to talk to you more about that on Saturday. But that's key. Also, other parts of my day. So after eating, of course, I have to take a nap, because by that time I'm so tired and involving myself with the Holy Spirit. So I'll take a nap, and then I own a company called Creating Foundations, where we put systems together for small business owners, specifically for business coaches as well as other entrepreneurs and e-commerce businesses. So when we do that, we focus on SOPs, which are standard operating procedures, and we make sure that your information is documented, because one of the things that I've gathered is people, when they come to me, they say, hey Latoya, I want to hire someone. If you hire someone too early, you're not going to be in a position, or your business is going to fail immediately, almost immediately. So with the strategies that the law, the lawyers or the attorneys have with that, this is also documentation that you need to have in your business, because ultimately everyone will want to sell it to Amazon or to Google or somewhere like that. So if you're wanting to sell that and you have that vision later, you need to make sure that in the beginning of the process stage, or you creating systems, you document that, because on the back end they're going to say, hey, okay, your business is worth, you say 1.5 million or whatever, but if you don't have these systems, it could definitely decrease in that area.
Don't tell them no more, Toy. You giving way
Yeah,
too
you
much.
giving way too much.
Sorry.
You gotta give away the show, Toy. I see people writing notes down and writing on an iPad. Hold up, Toy. Don't give it all to them. Don't give it all to them.
I love
We love your passion. I love it.
So we're going to save the rest
We
until
save that, y'all.
to next
Oh, yeah.
Saturday, October the 12th. Again, it starts at 1 p.m. Right now, we have our next team member, which is Miss Wanda D.
Wanda!
Wanda?
Hey,
Hey!
Wanda.
hello. I didn't know what to do. Scream, shout, fall out. I'm trying to watch the show, trying to call in at the same time. Can't do both. Hello, everyone.
Oh, Miss Wanda.
Yes, I'm happy to be a part of Level Up. Yes, I truly am. Can't wait. I just want to tell everybody, get your tickets today, because this is something that we don't need to play around with our dreams, with our life, with our intentions. I like it when my brother said it's the best $25 that you're going to give away, or should say sow a seed into yourself. You cannot beat this opportunity right here. I don't know what to tell people other than that, Miss McHale.
Miss Wanda, I want you to tell everybody, what is it that you do? I know, but I want the world to know.
What I do, I do a lot, but one thing I always say true, and that is to us understanding who we are and that we all have purpose. So directly, I love to inspire people and motivate people to go after that dream that God planted inside of them, that vision, and sometimes that requires a wake-up call, because life gets in the way. We get knocked down too many times, and we just forget that we came through as a miracle, and it's up to us to do great things. So what I do at its core is I hold people accountable to the things that they come to me and say that they want to accomplish. I don't believe you can take a horse to the water and make them drink it, so that's not my lane. But I do work with people that say, listen, this is what I want to do, and I need to be held accountable, because I really feel strongly about just surrounding yourself with the right energy, surrounding yourself with the right people that can applaud you and help you reach those goals that we have in mind. On top of that, I'm a published author. I am a talk show producer, have recorded spoken word artist, mom, grandmom, friend, neighbor. I'm just that. I do all of that.
Yes, she does. And she will be here at Status Network at 7 p.m. So for those of you that are watching me now, you can watch her at 7 p.m. Tell them about your show.
The name of the show is I Am Enough TV Talk Show. And what we do is we celebrate the person that is the author, the entrepreneur, the artist, with a platform that will allow them to shine on. So I basically get nosy, get in your business, pull out all of those things that make you great, understand why people should connect with you, because as an entrepreneur or even as an artist, author, whatever, people don't know who you are. You know who you are, a few friends and family know who you are, but I want to open up a platform of exposure on a global scale. So glad to be a part of Status Network, which we offer our listeners that opportunity to view us wherever they are. So we're currently, I think we're in about 9 or 11 countries, completely on all social media platforms. Please download the Status Network app. Follow all of our shows. We have over 30 shows that can get you going. And if anybody's interested, in a platform of creativity, that platform is open. So that's what we do every first and third Sunday inside of Status Network at 7 p.m. on Manifest TV. So when you go download, then you'll see all of the different stations that we have. And please just take time and be nosy and look at all of those stations.
Yes, please make sure you join both of us on Sunday. As she said, we both are the first and third Sunday. Mine is at 1, hers is at 7. We both do a lot of tag team together, so you will see both of us on either or shows. So I am very grateful for the Motivational Queen to be a part of the Level Up team. Miss Wanda, I do want you to hold on for 1 second, because before we leave, I want everyone to give their information on where they can find them. We're going to start off with Mr. Jay Moore first and go around.
Okay, you can get in contact with me at JMOORE safe locator.net. So that's jmoresafe at gmail.com. I'll give you that one. jmoresafe at gmail.com. Also, let me go ahead and give you all this nugget this is what they call exclusive now on the LaKel Straight Grown Talk Show. If you when you come to this event, you have to come to the event. You have to let the person know that you heard this on Straight Grown Talk, October 6th, 2019.
Addison.
This will allow you to be on instantly on this what I'm about to tell you. I will be letting you know at that moment you will be guaranteed employment, entrepreneurship with a starting salary of $100,000. Is the lowest salary that this company is starting people off at. $100,000.
So we're going to save that nugget for the event, but you got to come out. Next.
All right, you can find me on Facebook, and if you're wanting to join Joy International Ministries, which is our online ministry, it is Experiencing God Through Bible Study on Facebook, and personally, Latoya Cherie on Facebook.
Wanda, go ahead and give your information. Did I lose her? Oh, I think I did. Okay, if she can call back, that'll be great. Okay, Sean.
Yes. I'm Sean J. Harris, and I can be found at Sean J. Harris. That's SEAN, the letter J, Harris.com. Also, SeanJHarrisAcademy.com. And my social medias across the board is Sean J. Harris Speaks, and I approve this message.
Miss Georgia.
I'm Georgia Lawrence. That's Georgia like the state, GeorgiaLawrence, and I can be found on Facebook or Instagram, or at my email address, georgialaw21@gmail.com.
And Miss Kimberly.
I'm Kimberly Daly, and you have to spell it right if you're going to find me. That's Kimberly, Kimberley, Daily, Dailey. I'm on Facebook with my name, as well as my firm is on there, Daily Associates, Daily and Associates, Kimtastic Speaks Peace. I am all over Instagram as well as Facebook. There's no way you're going to miss me. Thank
All
you.
right. Last but not least,
Can I get my website real quick?
Yes.
Oh,
you
no,
can.
you missed that.
I'm sorry. SafeLocator.net. That's SAFE locator, just like the name, .net. That's how you get in contact with some of these more nuggets you will see at the show. Thank you very much.
Last but not least, thank you everyone for joining us today on Straight Grown Talk. It has been a pleasure to have my team with me today. We look forward to seeing you on October 12th. Again, it is at Heartline Event Center that is located in Stone Mountain, Georgia. The event will promptly start at 2 p.m. It's from 2 to 6. Look forward to seeing you there. If you're interested in ticket information, please go to www.straightgt.com for ticket information, or you may go through Eventbrite. It is there too. It's Level Up 2019 Wealth Conference. It is there located as well. If you are interested in finding more information about the event and would love to speak with me personally, you may reach out to me at 404-974-9973. Again, I look forward to seeing everyone there. And we're going to leave out with our last event commercial. I want you guys to make sure you pay attention to this. Love you guys. Mwah. One last thing. Do not let dream killers kill your dreams. Go after your dreams. Goodbye, Straight Grown Talk.
Are you ready to join Straight Grown Talk October 12th, 2019 on a journey to change your mindset, your finance, your wealth, your communication skills, and your social media brand? Come join us at the Level Up 2019 Wealth Conference. For more ticket information, please call 404-974-9973 or visit our website, straightgt.com.